Hi everyone, welcome to my Create with Mandy time. It's Mandy from, my name's Mandy Witherby and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. Thanks very much for joining me tonight. While I'm waiting for everyone to jump on, I will just call up this live on my iPad so that I can see all of your comments. So just give me a moment, and while you're jumping on, say hi. Let me know that you're here. Okay, so I was a little bit late with my notifications to say that I was going live today because I wasn't sure if I was going to make it or not. Sorry, I'm craning my head around because my iPad is in the opposite orientation. So let me just get this up. Let me turn that volume down. Okay, yes, so I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it tonight. But at the last minute, I thought, I've got so much stuff to do, but I will just jump on and I'll throw something together and we'll just have some nice creating time together. So, all right, let me just see if I can see your comments. Oh, I've got this crazy thing going on with my screen lately. I don't know what it's doing. Hang on a sec. Let me just get rid of all of these. I've got so many windows open and I keep on getting this additional, oh, hi Athena, how are you? Great to see you tonight. I've got this crazy additional little side screen that keeps popping up on my iPad. It's so annoying and I don't know how to get rid of it. So let me just see if I can get rid of it now. And then I'll be able to see all your comments properly. All right, yes, good, we're going. Okay, now I can see everything. Awesome. So as you're jumping on, say hi. Let me know where you're watching from if you're watching for the first time. And we will, hi Diane, how you going? Good to see you on here tonight. So I was just saying it was very short notice tonight because I wasn't sure if I was going to make it or not. But in the end, excuse me. In the end, I decided that I'm just going to jump on and quickly whip something up. Well, hopefully quickly. So, yeah, I've been at work today and had a hectic day. So, yes, got home a little bit late and so I wasn't quite sure what I was going to be doing. But anyway, I made it, so that's great. So say hi as you're jumping on. It's great to see you. I'm playing again with some more new product tonight. So that's always exciting. So just let me know, how's everyone's day been? Let me know how your day's been. So tonight, my Create with Mandy time is all about just having a relaxing time together. We can chat away. You can bring along your cuppa, of course, and your own crafting projects that you've been working on, and we'll just have a little bit of time together tonight and just not have anything super structured or anything like that, and yeah, just have a nice evening together. So have you all had your dinner yet? I haven't had my dinner yet. I had a really late afternoon tea because I got home from work late, so I won't be hungry for a little while, I think. So, oh, hi Jenny, how are you? Great to see you. Oh, the sun came out today, Jenny, awesome. And you're going to, Jenny, you will like what I'm playing with tonight. Can you guess what it might be? See if you can guess what you think it might be. I hope that I inspire you tonight, Jenny. Hi Leslie, how you going? Great to see you. It's great to have everyone here with me tonight. How's everyone's day been? So Jenny said she had a great day today and the sun came out and that made her feel happy. What's everyone else been up to? I've been at work in the office all day, so the only time I really saw outside was when I was taking a message out to the teachers or letting someone in the front door. And it felt pretty cold every time I opened up the door, so I think I was thankful to be inside. Oh, maybe, Jenny. Maybe. You might be on the right track there. Maybe a whale, Jenny said. Could very well be. So yes, I've got more new product. Got another delivery this week, so that was awesome. It was only a little one this week. It was an LBB, a little brown box. But we don't care what size brown boxes we get. Any of our brown boxes we love. So we have BBBs, which are big brown boxes, and LBBs, which are little brown boxes. And that's what we say when we receive a delivery of new product, because they come in a brown box, of course, a brown packaging box. So that's what we always say. And my team and I get very excited when we have a BBB arrive on the doorstep. So it's been a really cold day where you are, Diane. Okay, catching up on a few things at home and getting ready for Saturday. Yes, awesome. We have got our Technique Club class on Saturday. It's running online at the moment. I'm still not doing face-to-face classes just yet. Just waiting for a little while longer to make sure everything settles down with COVID. Things are ramping back up in Victoria, as we've all been seeing on the news. So hoping that that doesn't happen here in New South Wales as well. I feel like I'm getting further and further over that way. Let me move this way a bit. Yes, so we've got our Technique Club online on Saturday. So that is really awesome. And I've got some great projects ready for my ladies who are participating this month. So that is great. If anyone would like information about my Technique Club, let me know. It runs on the 4th Saturday of each month, and each month we focus on a different technique, and I teach my class participants these new techniques. And we also have a technique folder that we compile samples of each of the techniques into each month as well. So then we've always got those samples, and I give instructions of how to do the technique and supply list of things you need to do that technique, and we keep all of that in the folder, and then we make a couple of full-size projects as well. And then you've always got that folder to refer back to, so that you've always got some ideas of different techniques you can use in your projects for the future. And the great thing about having the technique folder is if you lose your mojo, which we all go through, at times we lose our mojo, you can always flick back through that folder and get inspired with those ideas, and it will remind you of the things that we've learnt. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. All right, so we have got a few on here now. So we might not have a whole heap on here tonight because I didn't promote it earlier in the day because I really wasn't sure I would be here. But yeah, so we'll get going, and hopefully we'll have some more jump on as we go through. Now I will just let you know, this may be my last Thursday Create with Mandy for a little while. I'm going to see how I go. I'm not going to commit to it each Thursday evening because I have my regular live on Monday afternoons, and Monday is actually my day off work. But by the time I get to Thursday evening after working Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, I get really, really tired because I don't get much sleep at night. And so by Thursday evening, it's really hard for me to jump on here, and often I need to have a nap, so which I didn't get today, so I'm quite tired. Yeah, so I'm just finding at the moment while I'm working, it's really difficult for me to fit in the Thursday, and I've still got other things that I need to do for my upcoming classes, etc. So I have got the school holidays coming up though, so I was thinking perhaps in the school holidays when I've got a bit more time, I might be able to jump on and do some additional lives, and potentially on the Thursday nights, but I'll certainly post about that too. So yeah, so I'll jump on when I can, but it may not be every week. It probably won't be every week on a Thursday evening, but every Monday afternoon at 4 o'clock will definitely be my schedule, because that's, you know, what I've been running with for a while now, and that's working well. So sorry if I'm disappointing anybody, but I need to look after myself and my health as well, and so I just get really run down by the end of the week. So yes, so anyway, how about we get started and I will show you what we're going to be playing with. So I will cover up the camera and I'll tip that down to my desktop and we'll get started and I'll show you. Now let me know too, keep chatting as I'm showing you. Keep chatting with each other, keep chatting with me. That makes it all the more exciting and interesting to have you all conversing with me. And there was something I was going to ask you. Oh, I know. See, this is what I get like when I get really tired. All my words just go. Are you crafting along with me tonight? And have you brought along your craft? And let me know what you're making as I create tonight too. Are you just watching me or have you brought along your own crafting as well? Oh, and I have to tell you, I was very excited today. So I've been doing a little bit of online shopping just recently because I'm still not going out to the shops or anything like that. So a few days ago, I can't remember what day it was, but I ordered some products from T2. Now, if any of you aren't sure what T2 is, it's a tea store and they have all different types of beautiful teas and teaware, and I just love that store. Anyway, because I've been on this healthy eating plan and it's an 8-week program that I'm on, and then there'll be a maintenance program after that just to get my body healthy. I've been missing my chai tea because I'm a big chai drinker, but I've been using the instant chai powder. So basically it's just all flavoring and sugar and rubbish. But I found out that I'm allowed to actually have proper sticky chai. So it's basically all the tea and the spices, and it's infused with honey. And so today I was so excited because when I got home from work, my delivery from T2 had arrived, so I was able to make some beautiful sticky chai in a little pot on the stove. And I also ordered some chamomile tea in tea bags because I have to have 2 cups of chamomile tea every day, which I don't know if I'll get in my 2nd cup today. And so I bought some of that, and then I bought just some standard chai as well, and I bought myself a little travel mug and a new chai tea strainer. So yeah, so I was very excited to get that little delivery. That was a BBB, but it was an MBB, a medium brown box actually. But it wasn't from Stampin' Up, it was from T2. But yes, so I had my chai today. So I haven't had chai for 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks, and I was craving a chai, so it was so nice to come home and have that chai. So yes, I'm excited about that. So anyway, all right, so let me cover up the camera and I'll get that camera set up down on the desktop and we'll get started. So yes, let me know what you're crafting tonight, or are you just watching? And what are you drinking? Are you drinking tea, coffee, maybe something else? Let me know in the comments. And you can be commenting while I'm getting the camera ready. That would be awesome. All right, give me a moment. All right. Oopsie. Let's get my cables out of the way. Okay, there we go. I plugged in my phone. The battery... Ooh, let's get that straightened up a bit. The battery looked okay, but I thought I best just plug it in case. I'll just move that over and get that out of the way. All right, we'll move this over to where we need it. Oops, there goes my cable again. I'm trying to hook my cable up over the back of my iPad so that it won't keep falling down, but it keeps falling down. It doesn't want to stay tonight. All right, so I'm just trying to work out where I need to have this mat to be in the right spot. Oh no, too far, that way. We need to go this way. And you know what? This grid paper doesn't have the center point on it. I always use the other grid paper to get my center. And this one doesn't have the center point, so I'm just working it out as I go. Okay, so Athena is just watching and staying warm. Awesome. Well, that's great. Thank you for watching me, Athena. It's great to have you along here. Alrighty, so before I get started, any of you that are watching who might be interested in these products that I'm going to show you, who would like to shop with me, this is where you'll find my online store. You will find my online store via my blog. My blog is mandyspapercraftcreations.blogspot.com, and also on my blog there's some creative inspiration, some tutorials and all sorts of things. So go there and have a look if you haven't been to my blog before. And up on the top left hand side you'll see the shop tab, and you'll also see a join button there as well. If you are interested in joining Stampin' Up, you can join directly there. But if you have questions, feel free to ask me as well before doing that, and I can tell you all about joining my team, which is really, really fun, and there's so many awesome benefits of joining, including joining a wonderful community with like-minded people who all are as crazy about crafting as we are and love it so much. And I've just made so many beautiful friends from all around the world through Stampin' Up, which has been absolutely awesome. So this is my monthly host code. If you are ordering through me, you can use this host code here, and when you use this host code, I will be able to send you a little thank you. So remember that if you are shopping with me, to use my host code, and then I can send you something. So, okay, let me just, now hang on one sec, I just have to, just one sec. Yeah, okay, sorry, I just had somebody trying to message me. I just had to let them know that I'm not available right at the moment. All right, I'm probably going to have to go back out of that now and come back in. Alrighty, so we are going to be playing with tonight the Whale of a Time suite. Well, some of the suite, not all of the suite, because I actually don't have the entire suite. So I was talking with one of my beautiful customers the other day about this suite, and I think it might have even been yesterday. And I had already been thinking about doing this on a live anyway, but then she suggested that perhaps I might do it on a live, and so here I am doing that tonight. So this is such a gorgeous suite. Now, I didn't in the first place buy the entire suite because I wasn't sure if I was going to get much use out of it. And then I got some of the papers when I ordered in the papers for my paper share, because I had some ladies participating in my paper share, and I had some of those papers come in. And when I saw the papers, I thought, oh my goodness, I just fell in love. So this suite, I'll just show you the suite if you haven't already seen it. It's on page 94 and 95. And to be honest, the catalogue does not even do it justice. To see the papers in real life, they are beautiful. Hey Julie, great to see you. Thanks for jumping on. Yeah, so absolutely gorgeous. So it's a big suite. There's a stamp set, die set, there's sequins, the designer series paper, which is 6x6 paper, which I have, which I'll show you. Then there's an embossing folder and gorgeous, gorgeous sheer ribbon in pool party color, which is absolutely beautiful. So look at all these awesome cards here. You can get a lot of inspiration from the catalogue because there's a lot of samples in the catalogue. So if you're stuck as to how to use your products when you get new products, just for the perhaps first couple of cards, just copy something straight out of the catalogue, and that'll get your creative juices flowing, and then you'll come up with your own designs as well. But yeah, if ever you're stuck, just start with what's in the catalogue and then build from there. Hey Wendy, great to see you. Oh, thank you so much for sharing. That's awesome. Thank you so much. The papers are down here. I'm going to show you those in a minute. They are absolutely beautiful. And we've got the color palette down here. So there's it's very, very colorful, this one. So we've got Calypso Coral, Bumblebee, Granny Apple Green, Just Jade, Pool Party, Pacific Point, and Blackberry Bliss. So there's heaps and heaps of colours in this awesome suite. Now I'll turn the page and show you actually let me just fold this back. So this is my working catalogue. You'll see all of my tabs I've made down the side there. So this is the stamp set. And it's really gorgeous. It's called Well Done, and there's a coordinating, sorry, there's not dies in, I said dies before, there's not dies, there's a punch, a coordinating punch with this suite, and the punch punches out this gorgeous whale and also an additional piece for his, the shaded piece under his belly, his fin, and his water spouts as well, which is really, really cool. So yes, not dies, it's a punch, a coordinating punch. Hi Megan, how are you? Hi Glenda, how are you ladies? Thank you for joining me tonight. Hi Chitska, it's great to have you all joining me tonight. Thanks for jumping on. So yes, so really, really good. I mean, look at this cute little turtle. How adorable is this turtle? And the little seahorses, so cute. And I love the whale as well. So yes, so that is all the things in the suite. Now I don't have the stamp set or the punch, but I do have everything else. So let me just show you. I'll move that over. So first of all, I'll show you the papers. Now I've just got a quarter pack because I got part of one of the shares. So I kept a quarter pack of one of those shares for myself. So the Whale of a Time DSP is 6x6. Now there is 48 sheets in the pack, but I've only got a quarter of that, as I said. So I'll show you the beautiful papers. They're just, oh, the beautiful underwater scenes are just gorgeous. So what I'll do is I will show you the front and then I'll flip over to the back so you can see the back as well. This beautiful coral here, and that's actually in Calypso Coral, which is perfect. So just move that down so you can all see that. How cute are these little turtles? So adorable. I think my mat needs to go that way a little bit actually. Let me move it over a little bit. All right, and then we've got some bumblebee color on the back, and that kind of looks a bit like netting. There's another underwater scene here as well, with the light rays coming through the water and the bubbles. So gorgeous. It's a little fishy background, and look at these gorgeous turtles. They remind me of Nemo when the turtles were in the current. They're swimming through the current. That's what this one reminds me of. Really cute. There's some seaweed in the Granny Apple Green. There's another underwater scene with some coral and some seaweed, and again the light coming through with the bubbles. And even on camera, like I'm sure the camera isn't even doing these paper justice. They're just so beautiful. There's some more bumblebee with a fishy background. And then this one is a bit of a collaboration with the whale and the jellyfish and the turtles and the crabs and everything. There's a few seashells, there's little seahorses. So this one's got a bit of everything in it. The turtles are nice, Jenny. Yeah, they're so gorgeous. And you can't wait to get your paper. Oh, Jenny, I can't wait for you to get it too. You're going to love it. Oh yeah, you were just about to say that about Nemo too. Yes. What did they call it? The EAC, the Eastern, was it the Eastern Australian Current? Was that what it was in the movie? I can't remember, but that's what those turtles swimming in that current on the DSP remind me of. So there's another one here, and actually these two scenes, so you can cut that in half and end up with two scenes, but they're different as well. They're not actually mirrored. I just noticed that then when I was looking at them. Yeah, so they're a little bit different, each of them, which is really good. And then we've got some more whales. And look at these cute little seahorse. I love seahorses. They are so adorable. And they're such an amazing creature, aren't they? I love when I go to visit my daughter. My daughter works at the big Sydney Aquarium here in the city. And I love when I go there to visit her, I love just going and sitting and watching the seahorses. They're really, really peaceful to watch, and they're really incredible. The way they swim, the way they hide in the reeds and everything, and they use their little tail to wrap around to hold themselves in place. They're just really cute. There's all the jellyfish and all the beautiful colours. And then there's some more seagrasses, some more whales, slightly larger ones with some little fish in between, some more blue water. And here's some fish swimming around in a circle, and it looks like it's looking up through the water towards the surface. Some more of that netting, some seaweed, and some more little fishies and some seagrasses. So aren't they just beautiful? Yes, Eastern Australian current, Wendy. Thank you. Yes, East Australian current. Yeah, the EAC. That's what this one reminds me of. Where is it? This one. It's like Nemo with they're swimming through the EAC. It is really cute, Michelle. Hey. Yeah, they're really beautiful. Yes, it is Megan. She's very lucky to work there. Very blessed, I should say. She loves her work there. She actually works with the dugong and the stingrays mostly, and also the penguins. Yeah, so she's got a fantastic job. She loves her job. Does the punch out the whales in the DSP? That's a really good question, Wendy. I actually don't have the punch, so I'm not well yet. I don't have the punch yet. I'm actually not sure if it does. Maybe the larger ones. Might have to ask that in one of the demonstrator groups just to find out. I'm thinking maybe, I'm not sure if the way, I think it might be bigger than that. I'm not 100% sure. Not 100% sure. Can't answer that question, sorry. Oh, this one's, oh no, they're about the same size. Maybe it does. Yeah, I'll have to find out. I'll have to ask that question, Wendy, because there's two different papers there with the whales on them. So maybe. But yes, I don't have that one yet, so I'm not quite sure. All right, but that was a really good question. Okay, so maybe I'll have to find that out and let everybody know. So let me write myself a note to find that out. I'll just write a little note here. Does the whale punched out the DSP? Right, I'll find that out and I'll let everybody know. I'll put a little note in the post later on when I find that out. Oh, and hi Anita. Anita says she believes the punch does punch out the whales in the DSP. Oh, awesome. Thanks, Anita. That's great. Well, that would be awesome to have that then. So maybe perhaps I'll have to get the punch as well. I do love the stamp set, but I have to think about all the other ones that I already have that I need to use first. All right, so that's the designer series paper. Then we have this gorgeous embossing folder, which is so beautiful, and you get all of this detail in the embossing folder, which is really beautiful. We're going to use that tonight. Then there is these really pretty Whale of a Time sequins, and not only are they ordinary sequins, there are, let me pop them in the lid, there are these gorgeous little shell sequins. These are, I knew that these were in here because I watched the video about this suite, but I didn't realize how tiny they were. They're actually really little. I'll show you in comparison. Let me put one on my little pinky nail. I've got quite small hands. Small hands, skinny wrists. Very hard to get bracelets to fit. So I'll show you the size of the shell on my nail and you can see how little they are. Can you see that there? They're really, really tiny. But they're really, really cute. And I just love the colours in these sequins. And they're some of them are kind of iridescent as well. They're really pretty. So we'll see if we can use some of those tonight. If I can work out how to add some of those. I think some of the little shells would be nice down the bottom here. So yeah, you are definitely going to have to get this, Michelle. Yes, the bling, always the bling, right? Michelle and I love our bling. Okay, so then that's the embellishing, and then the ribbon is so pretty. It's this Pool Party sheer ribbon, and it is really, really sheer. It's like an organza. I'm not sure if it's actually organza, but it's like an organza. Oh, thanks, Amber. Amber is saying in the description of the designer series paper on page 150 in the catalogue, it says some images can be cut out using the Wow Builder punch. So there you go. So yes, the answer to your question, Wendy, was yes, it does. Punches out some of those larger ones by the sounds of it. Yeah, and that's what Anita said as well. So thanks, Amber. Thanks, Anita. That's great. Yeah, so this ribbon is really, really pretty. So they are the products that we're going to use. I don't have the stamp set or the punch, but I have all of these, which I think is everything else. Let me check. Sequins, DSP, yes. So this is everything else from the suite. So yeah, so we're going to look to see what we can put together with these. All right, so let me put my embellishments and my ribbon up there out of the way. I'm going to open up the embossing folder. I don't even think I've opened this up yet. Oh, I haven't. It's still sealed really well. Oh, you love everything in this suite, Wendy. Yeah, I do too. I think I'm going to have to eventually get the punch and the stamp set, although my daughter Amber will tell me no. She's my little conscience. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Yes, we're definitely going to do that. And I've got an idea with using that tonight too. So, okay. And I'm going to use that one and this one. And I'm going to fussy cut out some of these little cute turtles. Look at this little guy. He looks like he's smiling. Very cute. Alrighty. Now, I'll tell you my inspiration, right? Because as I said, I didn't know that I was going to jump. Well, I didn't know if I would be able to jump on tonight. So I didn't have anything pre-planned. But what I'm planning to do is to take this card that's in the catalogue as my basis for my project and just change it up a little bit. But this is where my idea has sort of stemmed from. I'm sort of casing this one, but I'm changing it up a little bit. But I did get the idea from this one. And see, this is where I say the ideas in the catalogue and the samples in the catalogue can just spark our creativity and get us started. So yeah, so that's where I'm going to start. So I've already chosen a base color. Let me just get that. I'm actually going to have Pretty Peacock as my base, and my embossed piece is in Coastal Cabana. So I am going to, I was thinking about Bermuda Bay, but Bermuda Bay is quite a bit darker, and I just thought that it was a bit too dark on dark. So I'm going to go with the Coastal Cabana, and this is the one that we're going to emboss. So we might start there, and we're using this DSP, and this one is going to be our background. So we're going to have the background, and then we'll have the little turtles. I'll die cut some of those turtles, and we'll have them swimming up in the water there. So doesn't that sound cute? What do you think? Does he think that sounds good? So what I'll do is I'm just going to cut down this piece here first, and I think I'm just going to have, let's see, do I want a 2mm border or a 3 today? Sometimes I like 2mm and sometimes I like 3. So let me just see what I want today. If I can see, might go, let me see. My eyes, I'm having trouble with one of my eyes at the moment. It keeps going really, really blurry. I'm going to have to go and see my optometrist, I think. Yes. All right. So we'll go with a 2mm border, I think, tonight. Sounds great, Wendy. Awesome. Good. I'm glad that you like my ideas. All right, so I'll just bring in my trimmer so that I can cut down this piece here. So I've just got a standard A4 piece of cardstock, which I've just cut in half at 14.85, scored it at 10.5, and I've just folded that in half, and of course burnished that with my bone folder to make that crease sit down nicely. All right, so this one, I want a 2mm border, so I'm going to cut this at 14.45. 14.45 by 10.1. 10.1, there we go. Oh, did you all see that Stampin' Up! Has now brought out a new blade track in the metric measurements in centimeters, because this one that came with it is in inches, but there's now one available. It's only $7 and it has the measurements in centimeters. So if you hadn't already heard about that, let me know and I can give you the code for that. I've actually got it, I've got that put away at the moment, but I can get that back out and give you the code if you need the code for that. So I'll be ordering that with my next order. So let's just have a look and see with a 2mm border. Yeah, because we might get a little bit of shrinkage with that as well when I trim that down. Did I not cut that evenly? I'm just going to check that again. I might not have... Yes, me too, Anita. Can't wait to get my metric arm. It's been a bit hard learning to not have it. Oh no, that's okay. All right. Okay, so let me bring in my embossing folder, and what I'm going to do, my embossing folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to ink my embossing folder, and I'm going to use my Whisper White Stampin' Pad to do that. Now I haven't had this one open for a while, so I hope that it is still inky enough for me to emboss that. And I'm just going to do some, so we did this in one of my technique clubs just recently too. And, oh, before I do that, let me put down a piece of scrap paper. There's some scrap cardstock out of my paper recycling. Yeah, inked embossing folders is one of the techniques that I taught my technique club not so long ago. So I'll just see if there's enough white ink on there. But this will give a really nice effect. In fact, you know what? I'm inking the wrong side. Let's turn that over and start again. Yeah, this should give a really nice effect on the Coastal Cabana cardstock and help to bring out that beautiful pattern so that we can see that really well. It's just because I'm doing white on white, it's a little bit hard to see, so I'm not sure how much white I'm actually getting down. I'll have to lift this up in a minute and have a look in the light. I'll just be sure to get down all that ink. Let's see. Oh, I've got a little bit on there. We'll see how we go. I might put a bit more on. I haven't re-inked this white ink pad in a while because I don't use it super often. So we'll see how we go. I can feel it on there. Alrighty. Alright, let's just move that up there for a moment. And I'll check which way the design goes on here before I put that in. All right, so the design sort of goes up that way, and I'm going to have my card going across that way. So I want to have my cardstock that way. That should be right. All right, and then we'll close that up. So what I did is I actually put the ink on the side of the embossing folder that has the Stampin' Up! Logo. And let me just bring over my big heavy big shot. Not long now till we can get our new machine. for anyone that doesn't know, the Stampin' Cut and embossing machine is going to be available to demonstrators in August, and then for customers it'll be available from the 1st of September. So let me just grab my blue plate. In fact, I didn't test this one, so I'm not sure of my plate sandwiches. So let me just see. I think it should be this one, but let me just see if that's going to go through. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, so not long now. So demonstrators will be able to get it very soon. All right, let's see now. Okay, well, we can't see the ink too much actually. I think I didn't have enough ink on there. I probably need to re-ink my ink pad. So, but that might still be okay. So you can either use the debossed side or the embossed side. I think in the sample project on the yeah, so the one that's in the catalogue, they use the debossed side. So I might use the embossed side, but yeah, you can't see that white ink. I just didn't have, that pad is a little bit dry, so I'll have to re-ink that pad. But that's okay, I'll still use that one anyway. And we'll keep going with that idea. Another thing you could do is do tone on tone. So if you did the Coastal Cabana ink on the folder and then ran that through, that would also help to highlight the detail in the the finished embossed piece as well. Okay, so we are going to have our embossed piece, our Coastal Cabana embossed piece, onto the Pretty Peacock. Before we put that down though, we're going to wrap some ribbon around that. And before we do that part, we need to work out how much of our designer series paper we're going to use. All right, so I want to have a scene, but I don't want to cover up all of this beautiful embossed cardstock. I want to have some of that visible as well. So I think we will just use a portion of that and perhaps just past that crab. Just past that crab. So what I might do is I will trim this down. We need to leave room for the turtles as well, because we want the turtles swimming through the water. So actually, before I cut this one down, I might actually cut the turtles out to see how much I need. I might use the smaller turtles because we're going to only have a small section to work with. So I'll pick some of these smaller turtles and we'll fussy cut those, and then we will work out how much of the DSP that we can use. So what's everyone else making tonight while you are watching me? Did you bring along your own projects? What's everybody else been creating lately? Let me know. Chat to me in the comments. Alrighty. So we've got a couple of little turtles there. Let's see which other one do we want to use. I will trim them up in a moment. I'm just working out which ones I want to use. There's a small blue one. Oh, there's a small blue one over this side too. Let's get him. So we might have 3 turtles. Oh, you just finished your team swaps today, Anita. That sounds great. That sounds like a lot of fun. Oh, and Diane's watching, having dinner. Awesome. And Jenny, you're just watching me. You're not doing your own crafting tonight. Just relaxing. Well, that's what tonight's all about, is just relaxing, enjoying each other's company, and just having a little chat. Alrighty, we cut out this little guy. How cute are these little turtles? They're so adorable. I'm not even sure if I've shown my daughter this suite yet, because I think that she would really like these, being that she works with marine mammals. Well, she works with marine mammals and the penguins, So they're not mammals. What are penguins? Oh, they're birds. They're considered birds. So yes, mammals and birds. Alrighty. So there's that little guy. So cute. Actually, I'll just trim him up a little bit more because he's got, oh no, that's part of his belly, his little shell there. I'm just going to grab my glasses so that I can see what I'm doing while I'm cutting out. And Glendy, you're just relaxing, watching me as well. That's great. It's good that you are relaxing. Oh, the blue one, Jenny. Yes, that's the one that I picked too. You and I are on the same wavelength tonight, I think, Jenny. Okay, this little guy is really cute. They're all really cute, actually. I really like them. And Julie's got nothing on tonight. Oh, you made 2 cards yesterday, Julie. Awesome. And you've started a new crochet stitch. Crochet stitch or crochet stitch? I'm not sure. I know what crochet is, but I'm not, I'm actually not, I think I've said this before, I'm not a knitter or a crocheter. My mum did try to teach me when I was younger, but I didn't get past the basics. And it's not something I sort of kept up with, which is interesting because my mum was such an avid knitter. But I don't think any of us girls actually knit. One of my sisters does sew. Well, actually, both of my sisters can sew quite well. I used to dabble a little bit in basic sewing, but nothing too fancy. There we go. We've got 2, and then we'll just do this little guy. I love that the turtles are all different colours too. Makes the project so much more colourful. All right, let's make sure I don't take off his little flipper. I don't want him flipperless. Actually, one of the turtles at where my daughter works has an issue with it was a rescued turtle, as most of their animals are rescues, and he'd been hit by a boat. And so he had a big crack in his shell. So they repaired his shell, but because his shell was damaged, or he or she, I'm not sure if it's a girl, I think it's a girl actually, because her shell was damaged, she couldn't dive, like she couldn't go under the water. So they've had to put weights. So she has a buoyant bottom, a floaty bottom. So they've had to put weights on her shell to help her to go under the water. And yeah, and so I saw some video footage of her just recently, and she was swimming, but she swims with her little bottom up in the air. It's really cute. It's not how a turtle is supposed to swim, but yeah, that's as a result of being hit by a boat, poor thing. Okay, oh hi Kathy, how are you? I'm well, thank you. You're all good there too? Bit cold in New South Wales. Yes, it is a bit cold, isn't it? Oh, you didn't do anything crafty either except paper craft? Yeah. I dabbled in a few things years ago. I used to do a bit of cross stitch, and I did do some fabric. I'm just going to mark this with my pencil while I'm chatting here. I used to do a bit of fabric, I don't know what you call it. I used to make like covered tissue boxes, and I used to make all sorts of things with fabric. I did a lot of things for my nephews and nieces when they were babies. I really enjoyed doing all that sort of thing. I made baby wipe covers and like all out of fabric and all of that sort of thing. Then I did the cross stitch, and then I discovered paper craft, and so I'll just close this so I don't get ink everywhere. And then from there, I just sort of stuck with the paper craft and ditched everything else. I did used to do a little bit of sewing, as I said, but just basic things, basic, you know, shirts, skirts, shorts. And then I did my children's library bags when they were at school, and their curtains and things like that. So I did little bits and pieces. Yeah. All right, now I hope I've left enough space for our little turtles. I think I have. Now I didn't measure that, I just sort of used my eye to gauge the amount of scenery that I wanted, because I think I'm going to, I was thinking of maybe putting it over to the side and then tying a bow here perhaps. And also too, I've got some vellum, so I'm going to put some vellum. Oh yes, they'll fit, look, perfect. I like this little guy. He looks really cheeky, like he's looking at you sort of with a cheeky grin. Yeah, beautiful, look, they'll fit perfectly on there. So I don't know, I'll give you the measurements of that in a moment. When I go to put them down, I'll tell you what the measurements are of that one. Let me bring out the little piece of vellum. All right, I was going to pop a little bit of vellum underneath. Actually, let me get a longer strip. I think I might need to do a strip of vellum. Yeah, I might just do a little strip. Will go this way so I don't waste too much vellum. And I might just, let me see, just have a little bit coming down to about there. Let me just cut that. All right, so I'm just going to do a little strip of vellum, and then I'm going to emboss that with the embossing folder as well. And I'll need to trim that down for the edges as well. Yeah, I might have that go all the way across actually. Yeah, let's have that go all the way across. That was 14.45, I think, wasn't it? From memory when I was cutting that. Oh, hi Amanda, how are you? Great to see you here tonight. How's your day been and your week? Oh, decoupage as well, Glenda. Yeah. I never actually got into the decoupage, but my sister-in-law was right into the decoupage, and she used to make a lot of gifts for myself and my children. They were really, really beautiful, but it's not one I really got into. I did a bit of paper towel, but mainly it was, I mainly did it with my card making. I didn't actually do any full scenes in paper towel or anything. Just trying to get my rubber out of the bottom of my pen tin to just rub out that bit there. A little bit of pencil mark there. All right, so I will run this back through the embossing folder. And this is still a little bit inky, but that's okay. So we want the design going that way. Yep, so we want to put the paper in that side, that way. In fact, let's have a look and see. Oh, there's some nice coral down here on this part of the embossing folder. So let's see if we can emboss that nice coral that's just there. All right, I'll just run that through off camera just to make it a bit quicker. Oh, I like that. Look at that. That came up beautifully. Look, I'll put it on the darker side. Isn't that gorgeous? That came up really beautifully. Yeah. Oh, you're good, Amanda? Yeah. Just watching. Very busy week. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's hectic when we go to work, isn't it? As I was saying earlier to everybody, I wasn't sure if I'd even make it on here tonight because I've had a really busy week, and by the end of the week I just get so exhausted, and so I wasn't sure if I would make it, but I did in the end. But that's why I didn't advertise it earlier, because I wasn't sure. But yeah, I got here, so all good. And now I'm having fun playing with this gorgeous sweet. So the thing is too, when you emboss the vellum, and particularly with this embossing, folder, because it's quite detailed, it does buckle the vellum a little bit, so you will need to use some adhesive underneath it, which means if you're going to use adhesive underneath it, you'll actually see through that. to the adhesive. So where you're popping the adhesive, make sure you just cover that part up so that the adhesive isn't as obvious, or it can't be seen at all really. So I think I'm going to pop that up like that. I might even pop that over to the side a little. Not sure yet, maybe in the middle, but I'd like to put a bow. All right, where's my ribbon? There it is. There it is, there it is. Oh, thank you, Amanda. Yes, this is a really beautiful suite. I showed the other products from the suite. I just don't have the stamp set and the punch that go with it, but I have everything else. So yeah, so feel free to go back and have a look at the replay of the beginning part if you'd like to see all the other products as well, because they're really beautiful. All right, so we might even, let's see, I might run that, yeah, I might run that along there. I might need to move that over a little bit and then tie a bow on that side. Okay. So let me adhere, actually, let me just work this out first. Let's pop that back on there. Move that up. And I might run that ribbon just underneath there. So I'll go along the center. So I'll move that down a little. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to pop the vellum down there. Now what I'm going to do with the vellum is I'm going to just put some adhesive just along the top there in the center to hold that down. And then I'm going to wrap the ribbon around that, so that'll help to hold it down as well. It might just be a little bit buckly at the bottom here, but I'm not too worried about that because it's an ocean scene, and so there's a lot of movement and flow in the paper and in the embossing and stuff like that. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to have a go with our new Stampin' Seal on the back of the vellum. I haven't tried using it on something that is, well, I haven't tried it on vellum, and I haven't tried it on something so textured. So we'll see how we go. I'll just get that, make sure that that's going to get started, and I just want to put it in the middle. So that, there we go. Oh, that went on really well, actually. Really well. All right, so then that's going to be there-ish, and we're going to pop that about there. So I'm going to take that edge to edge. There we go. Yep, that looks about straight. I'll measure that on my grid paper. Grid paper is awesome for measuring things. Oh, I did very well by eye today. That's very good, considering I have one eye that's a little bit blurry. All right, and then we'll wrap that ribbon around, and we're going to tie a bow on the other side. This ribbon is so sheer that I'm actually glad I'm putting it on top of that vellum so it can be seen, because it's really, really, as the description says, sheer ribbon. It's beautiful. Oh yes, definitely vellum. If you don't already have vellum, Amanda, you need to get some vellum. It's beautiful to work with, and so gorgeous when you emboss it with any of the embossing folders actually. But yeah, it really does, it's a great addition to any project. Alrighty, so this is usually the trickiest bit on a live, is tying the bow. In fact, I'll bring that over there and just give myself a little bit more length. Try and tie this bow. And we'll see how we go. I'm always bow challenged when I try and tie a bow on a live. And because often when I tie a bow, I've got my daughter here, not the marine biologist one, the other one. And she helps me by using her finger to hold my bow while I'm trying to tie it. So it's always trickier when you're trying to do it on your own. Oh, there we go. That wasn't too bad. Not too bad at all. All right, we'll trim that off. No, not those ones. Where's my sharp ones? There they are. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, so then I can just reposition that. So I'm going to move it over a little bit to the side. And the easiest way to do that is to just bow your card up a little bit and then just jiggle it over to where you want to have it. So I want to have it near the edge there. And then what I'll do is I will run my adhesive over the top of that ribbon on the back to hold it in place. Oh, this ribbon is so pretty. Really, really pretty. It's a pretty color, and it's sort of shimmery in the light as well. Not sure if you can see that on camera, but it's really, really, really pretty. I just need to get this bow to sit right. What's happened with this side of the bow? Hang on a minute. I think that has twisted somehow. Wait a sec. Let me see if I can get that to... Not sure what's happening with that side. It just wants to twist a little bit. Oh, that's a bit better. Let's make that bow a bit smaller on that side. There we go. Okay. Right. And then we'll trim those ends. Good. And I will pop a little glue dot underneath my bow knot as well. I always like to pop a glue dot under there just to hold it in place. Just so that it doesn't come undone or anything like that. We want it to be nice and sturdy. Okay. All right. Oh, hi Fee, how you going? Great to see you. Hi Tina Marie, great to see you watching on silent. No worries. You can always plug your headphones in too if you need to. Oh, you're not usually a ribbon person, Wendy, but you really love this one. Yeah, it's really, really lovely. It's so beautiful. All right, so then that will be able to go on there. Awesome. And then we'll put our little scene up above there. And in fact, you know what? I might even... Oh no, I think I'll need to pop it on top. Oh, we're going to need to move our bow over. Lucky I didn't stick that down yet. We're going to need to move our bow over because otherwise that's going to be hiding our little crabs, which probably wouldn't matter too much. But anyway, I'll move that bow over just a little bit further. So I'll just curl my card up and move that across. Over you go. There we go. Make sure that's still in the middle of that vellum. And I can hear my husband on the phone. He's talking really loud. I hope you all can't hear him. Okay. And then... Alrighty. Oh, thank you, Amber. Yes, of course. She might not be able to hear me. I didn't think of that when she said that she's watching on silent. Oh, okay. So if I put that over there, that's going to hide all that beautiful ribbon except for the bow. Huh. So I don't want to hide that because I want to be able to see it. So maybe what I might do, thankfully I haven't stuck this to the base yet, I might put that ribbon down at towards the bottom of the vellum rather than having it across the middle, and that'll give me a little bit more space at the top for the scene, and then we'll still be able to see some of the ribbon. Yeah, that will be better. That will be better. Awesome. So then we'll still be able to see that ribbon, and we'll be able to, yep, so we'll have our little scene sort of up in the corner there, just offset rather than centered. Okay. All right, so we will adhere that down now. I'm going to pop some adhesive on the back of this one. Now I'm going to actually use my tear and tape. I would use my seal, but because I've already got the ribbon on there, it's a bit bulky. Oh, tuck the paper under the ribbon. Well, that's what I was thinking, Megan, but although it might work now because I moved it down. I was thinking that, but I thought it was going to cover up too much of the crabs. But now that I've moved it down, oh yeah, it would work now because now you can see the crabs. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. Good idea. Thanks, Megan. Yes, so because I've got that bow on the front and it's a bit, what do you call it, like bumpy, like bulky, I'm not sure how the seal will run on that. So I'm just going to use my tear and tape. But when you have an embossed piece that you're adhering down, you have to make sure that you use one of our strong adhesives. So either the tear and tape or the Stamp and Seal Plus, just to be sure that you know, the embossed piece really holds firmly, because you've got all the embossing, so it's not like adhering a flat piece of cardstock. So you always need to have a strong adhesive for that. All right, so I've just gone over the ribbon there, as you can see, to hold that in place, and then this piece of tape will run along just underneath that ribbon. So that'll hold everything where it should be. Awesome. Okay, so move the ribbon to just on the DSP. Oh yeah, so I've already got the ribbon like quite a long way down on the, well, I'll put the tape over the back of it now, but I moved it down so it's towards the bottom of the vellum, so it'll give me a bit more space to position the DSP. Okay, so we'll just pop that on there. And I always like to just adhere. Oh, I got that up a bit too high actually. Ah, too late. I've got the tear and tape on there. Once you get that tear and tape on there, oh no, I managed to wriggle it a little bit. There we go. Okay. Once you adhere anything with tear and tape, it's stuck for good. It's so strong. Oh, true, Julie. Yeah, by tucking it under the ribbon, it gives the ocean effect. Yeah, true. Thanks, ladies. I like it when you all help me and give me advice on my cards. It's oops, I love you interacting with me. It's makes it so much more fun, and it's very helpful. There we go. Oh, got that a little bit crooked. Don't look too closely, okay? That's all right. It's a handmade card and we can get away with it, hey? Alrighty, yes. So, okay, so then I can position that in the center and just tuck it under there like that. Awesome. All right, so I'm just wondering if I can, no, I think I'll still put that flat. I was thinking about whether or not I will put it on DSP, but it might pull the ribbon up too high. So I think I'll adhere this flat, and then we'll pop up the little turtles onto dimensionals. Now I'm going to use the Stamp and Seal Plus this time, because this time I'm putting a piece of DSP on top of an embossed surface. So get that running. There we go. And with the Stamp and Seal, you do not need to use much pressure at all. If you press too hard, it actually tends to gummy it up a bit. So don't press too hard when you're using the Stamp and Seal and the Stamp and Seal Plus. And the Stamp and Seal Plus is extremely, extremely sticky. So be sure that you've got things positioned in the right place, because I don't think we'll be able to move it once it's down. Okay, so let's just tuck that under there, and oops, under you go. There we go, and pop that down about there. There we go. Beautiful. Good, good, good. Ah, oh, it's so cute. So cute, so cute. All right, so we're going to get our little turtles. Now we need to put a sentiment somewhere too. So I'll put some mini dimensionals onto the back of my turtles, and then we can position them and work out where we're going to put our sentiments. And I just grabbed out my itty bitty sentiments, my itty bitty greetings, because I thought a small sentiment was probably going to work best on this card with all the design on it. All right, so I'm just going to use some mini dimensionals on my little turtles, my little cuties. So there's 1, 2, 3. And sometimes if you blow on the tape To remove it, it works. Oh, really? Like, so heating it up with your breath, do you mean, Jenny? I haven't tried that. That's a good tip. I have heard of people gently heating it with a heat tool as well. I haven't tried that either, I have to say. I just pretty much know that wherever I stick it, it stays. So I don't usually try to lift it back up. I have tried in the past and I've, you know, torn it and got into all kinds of trouble. So I tend to just, wherever it ends up, it stays. Ah, thank you, Tina. All right. Alrighty, so we've got, I love this little guy. This is my little favorite one. Look at his little face. He looks so cute. He looks a bit cheeky too, I think. So if we have our little turtles here, and then we could put a sentiment over here perhaps. Let's see, I'll bring out my little itty bitty greetings. What have I got? I've got itty bitty greetings. So there's 2 of those. I've got itty bitty birthdays, and I've got here's a card. But I think here's a card's going to be too big. Oh, unless I use the hello there. I could use the little hello there. That's pretty cute. It's like this little one saying, hello there. That would be cute, just up there in the corner. Maybe I'll just do that. We've got all these other awesome greetings too. Let's see. Best wishes from all of us. That would work. Enjoy your retire, sending prayers. Hey friend, sent with love, celebrate for you, showered with love and sympathy, many thanks, Easter blessings, not that one. Happy birthday. I was kind of wanting to do a happy birthday or there's another one, little hello. What was the other one I said? Oh, hello there. I like the hello there. I think that's really cute. And that could be for lots of different occasions. So let's use that one. Let's go with that. Hello there. Oh, this might be one of my stamps that hasn't yet got the sticker on it. And it is. Alrighty. So I haven't put all the stickers on all of my stamps yet. So I'll do that quickly now. Just move that up there. Where are we? There we are over there. All right, so I'll just quickly do that. That won't take me a moment. Okay, so I'll just line that up with the outline there. I'm trying to see past the shadows that I'm casting myself. I think it's about there. I think that looks about right. All right, push that down. Actually, I should have done the block trick. One of my team members showed me how to adhere the stickers using a block, and it's really easy. Oh, actually, I lined that up really well. Yeah, it makes it really, really easy. I just didn't think to do that then. I defaulted back to my original ways. All right. And I'll just get one of my little tiny A blocks and pop that on there. All right, so what colour what colour cardstock do you think that I should stamp that on? Maybe Pretty Peacock with the darker colour, and then we could emboss it in white perhaps to go on there, or I can stamp it onto white cardstock. Although there's, oh yeah, there's white vellum there, and I could stamp it in the colour. So we could do both. We could try both. Let me see. So if I put that on there, I'll have a little piece of that there. It's going to be quite heavy, isn't it, for the scene? Although we've got the colour there in the seaweed. So, not so convinced on that. Let's just try some white. Let's just try some Whisper White. I'm sure I've got a smaller scrap of Whisper White. I could just stamp it directly on the DSP. However, I would have had to have done it earlier actually, because I've got all this texture underneath it now that it won't stamp nicely, I don't think. So yes, that's what I was thinking, Amber, on white cardstock in Pretty Peacock. Yes, so it doesn't take away from the seam. Yep, yep, good idea. All right, so I'll get another scrap of white so that I keep this big piece for something else. Does everybody keep their scraps? These are my scraps. I've always got plenty of scraps to play with. So yes, I always keep all of my scraps and we use them too. Okay, so yeah, all right. And I'm just thinking I might have a tiny little die. What have I got in my puncher? Let me have a look at my punches up here. Okay, so I haven't got a punch that exactly fits that one, or though, hang on a minute. What's this one? What's that size? No, that's too big. That'll be too big. I was thinking a punch would be easier and it's right here in front of me. Oh, hang on. We've got our new one. What if I use our new lovely label picker punch? I could use that. Okay. So I'll stamp the hello over here in Pretty Peacock. Let me grab my Pretty Peacock ink. Didn't get any inks out. I probably should trim this first. I'm thinking probably the narrow, let's see. I'd need to go with the second size. So that's 3/4 of an inch. So I'll just cut, is that 3? No, I'll have to trim this down to 3/4 of an inch wide. So I just dumped everything on top of my trimmer. So let me just grab that. Move my little turtles over here. And I'm only going to need a short bit, but I need to add about an inch or so. So whatever that is, let me measure that. Let's see, what have we got? Okay, about 1.5 inches. So I'll do 2.5. 2.5. And then we need it 3/4 of an inch wide. So let's go 3/4 of an inch, whatever that is in centimeters. That is 1.9 centimeters wide. In fact, I'm just wondering, am I going to fit that into the punch? Which one will I use? I'll use that one. Yeah, that'll fit. And I'll just make sure that I'm going to be able to slide that all the way in. Might be a bit short. Oh no, it'll just fit. I might need a sticky note on the other end, however, when I go to turn it around. Okay, let's try this and see how we go. All right, so we ink up this stamp. I'm just going to stamp that somewhere. Whoops, stamp that somewhere there in the middle. There we go. Very cute. Alrighty, I've got some little sticky note. Pick a punch. Yes. Is that not what I said? It's a lovely label, Pick a Punch. Oh, I think you posted that before you commented on that before I picked this up, Amber. We're on the same wavelength. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop a little sticky note on the end of this to use as a bit of a handle because it's quite short to pop into the punch here. I want to make sure that once I've punched that out, that I can get that piece back out again. So just line that up and punch. And then I'll use my little handle to just pull that back out. And then we'll turn it around and do the same on the other side. Just pop my little sticky note there. And the reason I'm doing that is because I've cut that quite short because we don't want too big of a label to take away from the scene. All right, now this time I've got to make sure that I line it up with my hand because it's short, it's moving in there. I'm just trying to line that up. Hang on a minute. Oops. What's happening? Okay, there we go. That should be it now. So line that up. Straighten up. There we go. I think I got that. And then I can use that little sticky note to pull it back out. Cute. And then we can put some of those little sequins on that label. Yeah, that's pretty cute. So the label looks quite long for the sentiment, but what we can actually do is we can put some of the sequins on there just to sort of fill that white space out a little bit. And I might even dauber around the edges of that a little bit because it's a little bit sort of heavy, a little bit stark, I mean. So I'll use the Coastal Cabana so that it coordinates in with the background here a little bit. And I'll just get my dauber. Oh, thanks, Amanda. Glad you like it. Coastal Cabana was the first one I put my finger on. There you go. It was meant to be. Alrighty. So I will just dauber lightly around the edges there, just to bring that in, just to bring that color scheme in and make that all coordinate together beautifully. And as a lot of you know who watch me often, daubering is one of my favorite techniques. I use it a lot. I use it on a lot of my projects. Although I don't think I've been using it as much lately as what I used to. There we go. That just helps to soften up those edges a little bit so that they're not too, you know, stark white with everything else. See? That makes a difference there. Yeah, I like that. Great. Alrighty. Okay, so I'm ready to pop down. I'll put some dimensionals on the back of my label. I'm going to use some of my edge pieces. I was talking on, I think it was on my Monday live to my viewers on Monday, and checking with everybody that they are using up their edge pieces from their dimensionals, and everyone said that they were, which is great because you don't want to waste them. I'll put them at a bit of an angle actually. Yeah, you don't want to waste those edge pieces because yeah, they're just as good as the other pieces. So I've got that ready, so that'll pop up there, and I'm going to have that going off a little bit off the edge, I think, too. Or should it be on in the scene? Or maybe it should be in the scene actually. Yeah, and I'll put my little turtles there. That's going to be so cute. Right, let's do the label first. And then we'll put down our little turtles. Okay. Line that up. Yep. Good. And we'll put down our little turtles. Put down my little favorite cutie. He's so adorable. Okay, so hands up if this wasn't already on your wish list, but it now is. Let me know. Okay, so I'm going to pop him down there. And then these two. It's such a cute suite. And I don't have the stamps and punch. As I said, I'm only using the designer series paper, the embossing folder, and the embellishments and the ribbons. So even if you didn't want to buy the stamp sets, you can surely still do plenty with the designer series paper. Where do I have that little guy? I think he was like that. And this one, I'd have him going up at a bit of an angle, hey. Have him going up like that. Let's Swimming up, want them at all different angles. Yeah, oh, that's great, Glenda. That's awesome. You'll be looking at this one, Amanda. Fantastic. Very good. Yeah, it's really cute. We'll have this one going down. So we'll have them all at different, slightly different angles, just for a bit of interest. Oopsie. Nearly popped that one on top of the other one. They're not swimming on top of each other. There we go. So cute. All right, so let's bring in our sequins now. And I know that I want to put some of those little shells at the bottom, down on the bottom. And just to show you as well, like I only cut 3 of the turtles from that designer series paper, and I've still got all of those turtles. If I wanted to do some more, I've still got all of those ones that I can cut out as well. And on the back it was just the bumblebee. Yeah, so that's good. Goes a long way. All right, so I will use my the putty end of my Take Your Pick tool to pick up my sequins. And I'm just going to pop some of those shells into the lid. Oops, that one's got another sequin on the back of it. And perhaps some of these darker ones, oh, maybe not the blue. I have to work out which colours I want to have up here as well. Oh, that one, that's a good colour. And perhaps some of these ones which coordinate. And we'll get some more shells. I'm not sure how many shells I'm going to put on yet. And where's another one? I'll get another one of those. Let's just move that up here where you can all see it here. Get another one of those iridescent ones there. Might put another iridescent one there. In fact, let's go 2 on this side and 1 over there. Or we can just go 1 there and 1 there on the ends of the label. Oops. Oh, we could do that. Yeah. And I was just having a look to see if there's really little tiny ones in here. Oh, there are, because they would be great for bubbles. I'll get some of those little tiny ones and put them on for bubbles. We'll put some of these. Oh, there's a really, really tiny one. There's all different sizes in here. I wonder how many sizes there are. Looks like there's about, so what have I got already? 3 different sizes. Plus the shell. There's another little one. It's a bit bigger. And then we'll give the other little turtle some bubbles as well. Oh, we can only fit 1 bubble in for him. There we go. And he can have 2 bubbles. And this one can have 2 bubbles, but I need to change that one because that one is the wrong color. Let's see. I'll move these around and try and find, oh, there's one right down the bottom. Little ones always fall down to the bottom. There we go. Awesome. So that can be their little bubbles. And then we've got some shells. I'll put them down the bottom. There we go. The Take Your Pick tool, if you don't already have one of those, they are awesome as well. Very versatile, and they've got lots of different connectors. So this end has the pointed tip, which is great for picking things up, for scoring, for piercing. Oh, sorry, not for scoring, for piercing your cardstock. I use it a lot for picking up my dimensionals. And yeah, I find that really helpful. And then the other end has got a spatula end. You can use that to pick things up, or if you've adhered something in the wrong spot, you can pop that in underneath your cardstock and give a little jiggle to lift your cardstock. Just not sure how that would go with the Stamp and Seal Plus because it's such a heavy duty adhesive. And then also too, there is a stylus end that has two different sizes of styluses, which is great for shaping your cardstock, shaping your flowers, and also scoring your cardstock. And then this end also has a die brush for using with your dies to get all the little bits out of those intricate dies. So if you don't have a take your pick tool, definitely look that one up as well. I can highly recommend that. Now I'm going to, oh, thanks Megan. I'm giving you some ideas, Jenny. Yes, great. Oh yes, you need the embossing folder. It is gorgeous. I'm going to use the fine tip glue pen today to adhere down my sequins. And in fact, I'm just looking at this one. I think I need a smaller sequin there with that other one. There's one right down the bottom. Oop, I'll just move that one away. I'll have a small one and the medium one. The small ones are a little bit fiddly, but if you have a take your pick tool, makes it so much more easier. That was very bad grammar I just used then. Makes it so much easier. All right, so I'm just going to pop down the liquid glue where I want to put the sequins, and then I'll adhere the sequins over the top. So pop that one down and then that one there. Pop that one there and that one there. Now that'll take a little bit to dry as well. So just once you get them down, just let them sit for a bit. And then with these two, I can hear my husband cooking dinner. He's a good man, isn't he? I can hear something sizzling on the stove. All right, so we've got one big bubble there, and we'll put the smaller bubble just down below. Oops, I didn't want my glue to blow a bubble. Pop that one down there. There we go. And then we'll pop these ones on here. Sorry, I probably got my hand in the way. You probably can't even really see what I'm doing. It's very delicate work, this sequining. I just developed a new word. There you go, sequining. I don't really think that's a real word. It's a Mandy created word. Oops. There we go. Come on, stick, 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 stick. And that one's a bit high. Okay, just give that a little press. There we go. That's got it. Good. Okay, oh, so cute. Oh, wait, did I stick that one? No, I didn't stick that one yet. I'll give this one a little bubble here too. There we go. All right, now my little shells, whoops, oh, I nearly lost the lot then. My little shells I was going to pop down the bottom here in the sand near the crabs. Even the little crabs on here are cute. So I'll just pop some of them down in the sand. And pop another one over here. Try and get them going at different angles just for a bit of interest. It'll be boring if they all went the same way. There we go. Yeah, so with the liquid glue, you just do need to give it a bit of time just to dry. It doesn't dry as quickly as the Tombow glue. You could probably use Tombow glue with these sequins as well, but you would only want just a tiny little drop. And sometimes the Tombow glue, or the multi-purpose glue I should say, is it oozes out quite quickly. So if you've got good control over your Tombow, by all means go ahead and use your Tombow. But sometimes it gets away from me. All right, I'll stick that one down there. Oops, I think I got a bit too much glue on that one. Is that going to be okay? Yeah, I think that's okay. And we'll pop another one just here beside that one. So just doing all the little finishing touches now. And then we'll pop one on the other side so we've got an odd number. Because you know, we always need to have an odd number of elements, especially when we're embellishing. and stick. Hopefully that will stick. Okay, so I'll just use the other end to just press those on. Make sure that they are adhering where I want them. Oh yeah, that one's got a lot of glue. Probably a bit too much. Oh, they're all sticking now, so that's good. It's always good to give them a little test to be sure. I'll just grab a tissue to just dab that one. I think I've got a bit much glue on that one. No, I won't grab a tissue because they're all gone. That's okay. It'll dry. It'll dry. All right, there we go. I think I'm finished with my card, and I used all of those elements that I had from the suite. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is pop a little glue dot underneath that bow, as I said, and be sure to cap your fine tip glue pen quickly after you have used it. And in fact, I should have capped that already because I can feel that already starting to dry up in the fine tip. So when you put your pin back in, I use my finger to help guide it in, and then when you put it in, give it a little jiggle before you do it up, just to make sure that it keeps that tip clear, because once the glue dries in that tip, then it's ruined really. You need to replace it, or you can use, you could perhaps tip it out onto a container and use a toothpick or something, but yeah, you want to keep that fine needle point really clear, so always cap it straight away. There's just a little tip for you. I always like giving everyone little tips, but some of these things you might already know, but some people might not know these things. All right, so let me grab a little glue dot. I'll just change this over to my my pokey end, my pokey tool. I think it's actually called a paper piercer, but I like to call it a pokey tool. And with my glue dots, I'm just going to roll that into a bit of a ball, not a complete ball, but yeah, and then just pop that underneath my bow. That just helps to hold everything in place. There we go. Done. I might just trim this one up a little bit. In fact, I think I've gone in the opposite angle to what I normally go, but that's okay. Oh, good. There we go. So there is my gorgeous little Whale of a Time card, made with the designer series paper, the ribbon, the embellishment, the sequin embellishments, and the embossing folder. So I hope you all really enjoyed that project. All right, so what I'll do is I will now flip the camera up to say goodbye to you all in person. Oh, thanks so much, Fee. Thank you so much, Glenda. Thank you. Thank you, Megan. And Jenny, I'm glad I've given you some ideas. That's awesome. All right, so let me just cover up the camera and I'll just flip it up so that I can say goodbye to you all. All right, get some light happening. Great. All right, there you go. Awesome. Good. And let's see. Oh yes, now when I hold it up, all my little sequins are stuck. So that's good. So they all stayed put. Isn't it so cute? And I think that little label, that worked really well, and just adding the sequins there on each end just helped to fill that out a little bit, so that it didn't look too, too big for the sentiment, because it is only a little sentiment. But of course you can use whatever sentiment you like, or if you buy the stamp set or purchase the stamp set, then of course it's got sentiments in there too. So thank you all. I'm glad that you all really enjoyed that one, and that's a lot of fun, that suite. I really love it. So yes, I'll have to play with it a bit more now. Thank you. Thank you, Tina. Tina and I know a little bit of sign language, a bit of basic sign language, and I know that she's watching on silent, so she probably can't hear what I'm saying, but if I sign for her, then she'll know that I'm talking to her. Thank you all so much for being here today. I'm really pleased that you joined me. It makes it so much more fun when you're all here with me. Now, as I said at the beginning, in case you missed it and you jumped on a little bit later, I probably won't be continuing every week with the Thursday evenings, just because I'm finding it really difficult with work and trying to fit everything in with my business after work. And by the time I get to the end of the week, I'm exhausted. So what I'm planning to do is in the school holidays, when I'm off from work, hopefully then I'll be able to jump on in the evenings. But I'll always put a post up anyway, just to let everyone know I am going live. Although today it went up a little bit late, but that was because I wasn't sure if I would. But thank you all so much for joining me. And remember, I do have my regular lives, my regular Facebook lives on Monday afternoons at 4 o'clock. That will be continuing because that is my regular thing. And that is actually my day off from my day job. So that is my Stampin' Up day. So if you're able to, I'd love you to join me on Mondays at 4 o'clock. Otherwise, hopefully I will see you. You never know, I might surprise you and just pop in at some stage in the evenings from time to time when I'm able to. But thank you all so much for your support. Thank you all for being here tonight and encouraging me and giving me your input as well for my card. I think we did a great job together. So thank you so much for that. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Send me a message, a private message, or you can email me at mandyspapercraftcreations@gmail.com. And if you are going to my blog, it's mandyspapercraftcreations.blogspot.com. And remember to look me up on YouTube as well. That's just under my name, Mandy Witherby. That's Witherby. So look up my YouTube channel. Give me some thumbs up over there and some likes on YouTube. I really appreciate that because I've just started my YouTube channel recently. So that's gradually building. And remember to subscribe and click on the little bell icon as well so that you will get notifications whenever I publish a new or post a new video. So thank you everyone so much for all your support, and I hope that you have a great weekend coming up. I hope the weather will be beautiful so that we can all enjoy our weekend. But if not, enjoy some crafting time inside instead. That's always great. We never really need an excuse for that anyway, do we? So anyway, until I see you all again next time, which I look forward to, I will just say to you all, happy crafting. See you later.